Harini Srinivasan, and her book The Curse of Anuganga came out a couple of months ago, and it's a very interesting plot. It's a detective novel set in the Gupta era, and today she's here with us to talk about her book. Harini, why not begin with what the book is about?
Okay. As you said, it is actually a historical detective fiction novel.
Yeah.
So there is a detective who tries to help solve a murder mystery. So that part is like any other, there's a murder that takes place in 400 CE.
Right.
And there is this detective who kind of helps solve the mystery. So historical detective fiction. That's what The Curse of Anuganga is about.
Why the book coming?
Okay, there is a story behind how this book came out. I was in a Facebook group some years ago with some other writers, both published and aspiring, and we were having this whole discussion about how historical detective fiction is very popular in the West. You have Ellis Peters, Catfill, the Catfill Brothers series, and there are a whole list of detectives there who operate in historical times. And we were having this discussion, and we realized that in India, when it comes to historical detective fiction, you either have the Mughal period, which is very, very popular, so you have Madhurika Lidl's Muzaffar Jung series, or now you have, or the British Raj. So there is Arjun Raj Kain's The Maharaja Murders, but nothing in ancient India. So we had a small exercise where we divided, all of us took one period of Indian history and wrote a short story. So The Curse of Anuganga was actually first a short story based on, it was a historical murder mystery that took place in the Gupta era. So the era that I had to choose was the Gupta period.
Do you think Indian writers are obsessed with the Mughal period? And that is the reason why there is less of writing on other...
See, if you look at our history textbooks, you don't find that much information about the ancient period. Of course, Ashoka is mentioned in 1-2 paragraphs, like Samudragupta. It's just these names, but we really don't have much information. But on the other hand, we do know much more about Jahangir or Akbar, the Mughal period, and of course the British era, that's closer to us, so the freedom struggle. We're more aware of those periods. And when you look at the literature available on ancient periods, there isn't that much.
So you're saying they find the easy way out?
It's about access to research work also, right?
Right.
And again, people's interest, I guess.
What goes into your mind when you sit down and think of, writing about your characters and about the whole plot? Just keep go in a flow, or you put the beginning and the end in mind while you're writing, or...
How I work is I have an Excel sheet. I have 10 chapters, 12 chapters
already in your mind.
In my mind.
This is how
one sentence. Okay, so in this, the character A does this. It can be as simple as that. So then it kind of goes like that, and as it progresses, the plot outline also changes.
Right.
But I know what's going to happen in the end. And new characters get added on their own as the writing progresses. So it's not like I stick to the outline, but for me it is easier when I know that in this chapter I have to do ABC. So it's almost like setting out tasks. So if I'm writing chapter 3 today, these are the 3 things that should happen. Now, of course, while writing those 1,000, 2,000 words, if a character D comes in, then I go and amend the outline.
Okay. What is it that you're writing next?
Part 2 of this particular series.
So the main character remains
the main character remains the same. The detective remains the same, and he goes, to another city and solves another
it's
murder.
In the same period again?
It's the same period.
Okay. So he's not time traveling?
No, he's not time traveling, no.
Okay.
It's the next year.
And why a male detective? Why not a female detective?
Actually, when I started, it's very funny, but I'm more comfortable writing about men than women.
That's interesting. And why so?
I don't know, because Shaunaka's character came very naturally to me. So I have based it on some of the men that I have known in my life, and I found that I could easily do it. And of course, there was this easy thing, like when I started off, there was a misconception. I thought, okay, we don't know about the status of women. So when I started out my research, so I said, okay, it's easier for a man to become a spy. I'm completely wrong now, I know that, because I could have very well introduced a female character, but I found it easier to write from the male perspective.
Okay, so now we will come to the fun part of it. I'll throw a couple of questions to you, and you have to give quick answers to it, right? My first question is: would you call yourself finicky or easygoing?
Quite easygoing.
And
Quite easygoing when it comes to living with other people. Finicky about myself in the sense that I'm quite a perfectionist that way. So I'm very fussy about what I do. So I set certain targets for myself. In that I'm not easygoing. I try to meet them.
And you're a morning person or a night person?
Morning person.
When do you write?
3 to 5 in the morning.
Wow, that's too early.
I have had a full-time job for a very long time, so you can't really go and sit and write in the office, right? So that's the reason. Before anybody wakes up at home, I do my writing.
Okay. And what's your favorite pastime? What do you like doing in your free time?
I read.
What kind of literature do you read?
Historical fiction, murder mysteries.
You like watching movies?
I used to like old movies a lot. I don't have the time much to watch
So
anymore.
pick one all-time favorite that you can watch, do a repeat watch.
Any Nasir Hussain film.
Oh wow, okay. And are you into, do you sing, do you dance, is there any other creative side of you
Most
that
South
you explore?
Indian girls, I learned Carnatic classical music and Bharatanatyam, but I did nothing about it.
Okay.
After the initial growing up years.
Okay. And if say someday, you're left in a jungle all alone, what are you going to do?
Probably die of fright. I'm not an adventurous sort, so.
Okay. And what is that one thing that you love about your partner and hate about him?
He's extremely intelligent, but he's very finicky.
Okay.
He nitpicks.
Coming back to your book again, and since you brought it up again and again, saying that there are a lot of people in your life who lend it to some characters in some way. Which is your favorite character from your own book?
My favorite character is Kalidasa. I have Kalidasa in my
Who
book.
did you meet in life?
Nobody as such. Nobody liked Kalidasa, but I kind of thought that what would Kalidasa do as a spy? So that is of course a historical character. So when I say that I took people I know from my life, it was more about the hero and maybe the widow in the book, the lady who's about to get married. So those are the fictional characters. I had some people. Actually, more than this book, the rom-com that I wrote is filled. I mean, people who know me have called me up and said, "Acha, we could recognize half the people there."
I know, but then it's a very, a starkly opposite genre to write in, from historical detective fiction to a rom-com. What do you enjoy writing more?
I find writing historical fiction easier. I enjoy it much more. But rom-com is again, it seems to sell and it doesn't take much research and all, so it's quicker to churn out.
So here I must tell our audiences that Harini has her second book out, which is called A Confusing Love Story, which is again a detective. There's a detective who falls in love. So there's something to do with detectives in your life, is it?
Maybe want to be one. It's like one of those hidden desires that's coming out.
Yeah.
But funnily enough, A Confusing Love Story was my first book per se. I'd written it and submitted it to the publisher earlier, but this came out.
And you also have a children's book.
Yes, I have a children's book written in 2013.
Tell us a bit about it.
It was my son was around 4 or 5 at that time, and I used to cook up stories every night. So we had these set of characters, and every day those characters were basically 3 rabbits. They were getting into all sorts of adventures. And I mentioned this to a friend of mine who had her own publishing house at that time. And she said, "Acha, you send it to me, we'll publish it." And that's how it came about. So it was just one set of adventures that these rabbits got into.
What do you find easier writing? Rom-coms or historical fiction or children's novels or books?
Historical.
You find it easier with that kind of research going into it?
Yeah, actually.
That's
I find
exciting.
rom-com a little difficult because romantic, the moment you say romance, they expect to have a lot of chemistry and all between the characters. And I found
Are
that
you a
easy.
romantic?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
So when I write, I'm like, what nonsense.
Well, thank you so much,
Thank you.
Harini, for
Thank
being
you,
with
Lipika.
us, and we'll see you again next time with the new writing.